to another episode of The Positive Side of the Bad Stuff. I'm Leslie Pogue, your host. Earlier this year, I talked about the elements: fire, water, air, and earth. And I want to revisit that. Now that we're coming to the end of the year, I'd like to remind everybody to stop and think about the elements of their life and how they're going to move into 2016. So I want to show each element each week to just have you ponder and think about how you're using your strength and your power and all of the elements that make up you, and how you're moving forward with those elements into and toward the goals you want. Think about how the elements of your life are adding to your life, how they are value added. What are you doing to move toward your goals and move forward for 2016? Think about your passions, your strength, the fire, being grounded and being solid and stable. Think about how you've set up this year to set you up for next year. So I invite you to look at the elements of your life and get ready to grow and expand in ways you never thought possible. The element of air. Breath is the common denominator in everything we do. The air that we breathe is what thrusts us forward and moves us into the next thing. Without breath, without air, we cease to breathe. We cease to exist. And that's what we need to do to move forward. So with the element of air, I want you to consider how you breathe. But not just the air that you breathe, but everything that you breathe into your life. Everything that you welcome into your life. Everything that thrusts you in one direction or another. Air is what pushes the birds and all the flying objects. There's a thrust that happens, and it uses that to move forward. Sometimes it can move out of control. We've seen birds kind of look like they're losing their way. Planes fall out of the sky. These things happen. So sometimes our thrust is off. A lot of times it's because our breath is off. Have you ever noticed at times that you might feel a little lightheaded? That you might be yawning a little more than usual, and you're not really tired, but you're yawning all of a sudden? Well, that is usually an indicator that your breath is off. By breathing slowly in and out, it releases stress. It calms your body. It helps you to focus. And the breath that we do when we are stressed, we sometimes hold our breath. I know I'm really good for that. When I get stressed, I will not breathe regularly, meaning I will hold my breath sometimes, and then sometimes my breath is very shallow, meaning that it's really just right here in my chest. It doesn't go all the way down to my belly. So when that happens, you can get a little lightheaded, your thoughts get a little scattered, and you feel a little sluggish. Think about the breath that you take in. With that in mind, I want you to consider a breathing exercise every day. And it's more like a meditation. If you prefer the word prayer, you can do it then as well. But instead of giving you a breathe in for 10 seconds and release for 5 seconds, or the other way around, I want to challenge you to just be conscious of your breath. Pay attention to how you are breathing. Breathing is very simple. It is pretty much automatic, but sometimes we do clutch it. We clench it out of stress or out of thought or whatever it is, but we hinder it. And it is an automatic occurrence. Just like the universe, actually, now that I think about it. So let your breath do what it does. Let it happen naturally. And be conscious of it. So think about it as you're breathing. And we can do it right now just for a little bit. And I just want you to sit. I'm not going to count or anything. So you can try and catch up with my breath or not. But just take a moment and inhale and exhale. Notice what your body does as you're doing that. Take a deep breath in and exhale. If you notice, I'm breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. It's good to take your breath in through your nose and let it out of your mouth. Are you noticing how your body, with each inhale and exhale, your body is slowly relaxing, getting looser and looser? That's the power of breath. So let's do it a little bit longer. Take a breath in and let it go. If it helps, you can close your eyes to get rid of all the distractions around you. I'll do that with you a couple times. Close your eyes and take a breath in and release. Another breath in and release. It's an amazing thing, and what's wonderful about it is you can do it anywhere. I don't recommend you doing it driving, because as you're early on, when you're meditating early on, and when you take the breaths in and out, sometimes you do get a little lightheaded depending upon how you're breathing. So I wouldn't recommend doing this while you're driving. But when you're sitting comfortably at home, even at your desk at work, when you're sitting in a auditorium or at the movies, or just anywhere where you're just seated and you're comfortable, just take a moment to recognize and observe your breath and willfully take control of it. That is the power we have over air. Air can thrust us forward, and we have the power to manipulate it in a way that is positive and helps us to continue to push forward. So I encourage you to take a moment and breathe in and breathe out, and let that air move you forward through all of your challenges and throughout your journey through 2015, because air is powerful and you are powerful with it. So make sure that you're using it to your benefit and it's helping you to move forward. So with that, that is your element of air for 2015. I know you're going to go out there and achieve amazing, fantastic things.
28 Days to Happy is your daily guide to walk you through acknowledging and accepting the truth about what's really going on in your world, to forgive yourself and others for the wrongs you feel have been done to you, and ultimately to identify and celebrate the happiness that is always there no matter what comes your way. Look for 28 Days to Happy at www.softskillsdirect.com or at amazon.com.
So thank you for joining me this week. I know that you will apply the elements to your life. And until next time, go, be, do.